Okay, microphone is on. Hi, I'm Larry Fire. Welcome to an art stream. I am coloring in Akihiko. You should actually recognize the picture if you've actually been watching my videos, because I scanned them in and colored them in, all that on the computer already, and put up the speed draw. So I'm just doing, there we go. That's all set up for later. I'm just coloring him in now in my sketchbook. I gotta find the color I want for his skin. And I gotta wait for these things to dry, I mean. That way I know. Oh, definitely not that. I seriously doubt it's gonna be that. That might be shading. I think I need this in a bigger area. Okay, let those dry. Those might be the skin tones. Maybe. What do I have over here? Tuscan Sun, Sunflower Yellow. I do want the Burgundy and the Wine Red. Orange. What's the apricot look like? Apricot and pumpkin orange. And I think the vermilion was the one I used for shading last time on the orange. So think about that. I definitely want those. Where are ruby red? That tomato red. Yeah, those should be good. Okay. What else do I need? Oh, that one black and that one brown is actually better than I thought it would be as a black, as a lighter black. Okay. Do I have all the colors visible there? No. Purple. Is that everything I need? Don't think it is. Don't want pale peach. Pale peach is going too far. That might be a decent skin tone for him. What's vanilla look like? You don't actually get to see this, my reference picture for what I've colored him in as. I think that's pretty close. If you want to see this, this is actually full character sheets for him and can be seen. They are up on Patreon. Of which I believe I need to update that. Vanilla should actually be good for her scars. Okay. So you get to see what he looks like, but you don't necessarily get to see much else on here. There we go. His horns. He is dragon. Shadow dragon, actually. I will tell you that. He's actually a shadow dragon. There's actually a lot of gold. Trying to remember which all the spots are supposed to be gold. I missed a spot. All my outlining pens are in my purse. Right, none are hiding in here. I have a regular Sharpie in that gray. That gray that I'm still very irritated with. Oh. Is there one in here? There is. Thank you. There we go. It's a tiny little line, but it's needed. Okay. Oh, his eyes are gold too. And I need a much, much, much paler yellow. What's a jasmine yellow look like? Okay. All these little spots. It's also little spikes along his tail. And the strongest parts of his wings. The buttons on the uniform. The belt buckle of the uniform. The shoes are orange. Oh, that's where I put the lid. Okay. Maybe I should actually put these away as I go. I might regret this because I might need it back, but at the same time I'll get it out of my way. Okay. The good thing about actually doing it on the computer, I can do these tiny little details without worrying about leaving room. I can actually do shading and highlights on these small details. Okay. Gotta get these all shaded in. There we go. Might have been too shaded, but oh well. Tiny itty bitty little spots. I may have flipped those around. I think the jasmine yellow will work for his eye. I don't have anything pale at right. Not in yellow. Not in here either, right? No. You've dried more. It might actually be a little dark. But I don't think it's by much. Okay. Let's at least do... That is the wrong side. And carefully get the pupil in. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do these. Nothing else is black besides what the back of the wings, his hair, and the back of his tail. Yes, this is the dark brown. Carefully around the edges. Bad enough the little bits of yellow and gold just went outside the lines. I'm not coloring in his hair yet because I want to get the shading on the wing before I do his hair, because his hair is touching his wing visually. Okay, come on. The wings always have such long lines, but I draw them where, in theory, you could potentially actually lift without magic. even if it's not for long. So you have some reason where the magic involved with flying in that world isn't working. They're big enough where you can potentially at least land without crashing. And you get no more explanation from me on that right now. It will eventually end up on Patreon. I don't think the physics of flying in Australia is on there yet. I don't think I've written it down yet. That back up, let that dry a bit before I put in the shading and go ahead and start coloring in the other wing. I can potentially start the rest of his hair, but then I'll forget and actually go through all the way, and then it won't be very easy to see where his hair and his wings are separate. Looks like I accidentally went into the gold a little bit. Okay. There we go. I've contemplated finding music I can actually play during this and just letting it play while I color this in. I don't know how entertaining that would be. Watching someone work, no talking, just music playing and me coloring something in. But people watch ASMR and things, so I don't personally get it. I like watching other artists because I can get potentially techniques or some ideas. Okay, set this aside for now. Go to the black. Shade in this wing. Really, it's not very visible there either. A lot of being an artist is luck, from what I've been able to tell. Because there's artwork out there done by professionals that I think look horrible. Like, what were these people thinking? And yet they've made a lot of money off of it. There was a art exhibit at one of the schools I went to. It literally looked like someone let their two-year-old loose in the room with a blue painter's tape. That's all it was. That's what it looked like. I really don't understand that one. And anybody that tells you otherwise is a liar. People make things up and believe what they will about these things. Art is all in the eye of the beholder. Some of my favorite art is from the Renaissance. But a lot of modern art, I don't like it. I don't really get it. It's all dependent upon the person. And there's things on YouTube that I don't get, I will never watch. And a lot of people out there probably will never watch what I watch. That's fine. Everybody likes different things. If everybody liked the same thing and all that, the world would be super boring. Super boring. I got a total of maybe 4 hours of sleep last night. That might be why this conversation came up. Because I'm not entirely there, even though I've been up for over 12 hours now. That is the wrong end of that pen. Let's do the correct end. Okay. I don't know what else to talk about, though. I think me being completely out of it is probably one of the most entertaining things possible. Even though it looks like I am still the only one here. What color is this tiny little itty bitty thing here? Her thing. It's probably red. I'm gonna guess that's red. Part of the braid. The farmer's market where I live started up today. It's gotten a lot bigger. They rearranged it and it's gotten a lot bigger, which is a good thing. I did not apply this year. I didn't get in last year, but I didn't apply this year. 1, I spaced doing it in time. 2, I get off at 3:30 and the whole thing starts at 5. the vendors are supposed to be set up by 3. And I can't take off an hour every single Friday. Should be done with that. Just trying to get some of this shaded in. A lot of characters that I create are actually based off of other characters. One of my absolute favorite characters is actually based off, that I've made, is not actually the one based off myself. What? Oh, it's that far behind. It's actually based, her character is based off of Miriam from Prince of Egypt. Her thing is also on Patreon. The character is awesome and a bamf. I'm done with the black now, right? Am I? Is the black even visible? No, it is not. Okay. Try and get these in. The pants and the jacket. I gave each element 2 colors. That should be on Patreon. Again. Pretty much a lot on Patreon is world building for this. There's a lot of character profiles. Every princess has a cat profile up there. I know they're all done. Guardians are all up there. The Emperor and Empress. There are things. One form of the character profiles are available only to those that pay $100 or more. There's the potential for spoilers in them. And it kind of looks like a character sheet for like D&D. The one that's for the $100. The other one is a short blurb, less than a page. Sometimes it's barely even a paragraph. That one is available to, I think, everybody. Anybody on Patreon. The other that character profile can be seen, and it's essentially a little blurb with the character's picture. There's some character information, some background information on the character. Some might actually be a little more spoilery than I would think, but not necessarily by much. And there are things to make it look like certain ones are like redacted. There's a character up there that a lot of her information is actually not going to be posted for quite a while. We have prologue and a minimum of chapters 1 and 2 to get through before she is ever truly introduced. You will probably see her as like a background character that she just happens to be there. Not that you necessarily believe this character is actually important unless you are on Patreon. I really need my sibling to actually write things down. I'm not good at writing. Is that supposed to be orange? Yeah, that's supposed to be orange. I personally believe I am pretty bad at writing. Or at least okay at writing. I definitely wouldn't put it as good in any form of the imagination. Probably burgundy up there for the hair things. I've come up with all sorts of stories for Estrella. We're also coming up with alternative fairy tales. That these fairy tales that we know are actually history in Estrella, but it didn't happen the way people think here. I will tell you one thing. Sleeping Beauty is an Egyptian princess. With everything that entails, which means, yes, she's black. A lot of Sleeping Beauty's design is actually based off of the also Prince of Egypt, but based off the Pharaoh's queen, Moses' mother in there. Adopted mother. But still. She had such an awesome design. And I based a lot of Sleeping Beauty's design off of her. I think I might have posted her picture somewhere. Her picture might actually be up on social media. Okay. Am I done with this red? I think I am. Pretty sure I'm done with this red. That stays white. This one turns purple. This itty bitty tiny little sliver becomes blue. Let's put you away now. Actually, I think the apricot's actually a good color for the uniform. Because I didn't use a true bright orange, unlike the pumpkin orange. The belt is orange, the shoes are orange, the shirt is orange. I've started saving color palettes on my computer for characters. That way it's not different every single time. You can just pull up the palette, color them, and then put shade over them in whatever lighting they're actually in. Okay, down to the boots. He's a shadow elemental in the fire portion of the military. The Australian military. Not that big of a deal. The fire portion of the military in Australia is essentially National Guard, Fire Department, police, except they're actually military and not just civilian. In Australia, if you want to be part of the cops, you need to join the military. And go wherever you've been stationed. Storm portion of the military, which is water and electricity, is actually the Navy and the Coast Guard. You'll figure air is Air Force. Crazy. And Earth is Army. I think I made Shadow Intelligence. I mean, that whole thing is up there too, along with how the rankings work and all that. I just don't feel that one really needs to be a secret. Feels kind of unnecessary to have that be a secret. That's the vermilion. This is the pumpkin. Which would actually be the better shadow against apricot. Probably the pumpkin. I'm going to let you sit there a moment while I shade in the jacket, which I just realized I did not do yet. Getting there. All these tiny little details I put in this jacket, and I made this the uniform. Unless I made it ever so slightly simpler. It's no longer in camo. Because yeah, this used to be camo. And it gets pretty difficult trying to do the same pattern each time. It's like, I can't believe I did that. Why did I do that? It was so stupid. Why did I do that? Because truly, it didn't make much sense. Besides the fact that our military's uniforms are usually camo. Okay. Almost there. Anybody else? Nobody else there? Just me still? That's okay. Apparently I've heard liking is actually a major part of the algorithm. And it's weird. Then why is it a playlist I can't edit? Which is really, that's why I don't tend to like things. It goes in automatically in a playlist. Is that public? Is that a public playlist? Is it always a public playlist? If I can private that, maybe I can... I don't know. Main concentration, getting him done. All colored in. Okay, yeah. That one should be fine. Which one was it? That makes sense. It better be that. I'll be so irritated if I mess that up. I don't remember if I said, but I'm playing Breath of the Wild again for the second time. I played last year when I'd sprained my ankle. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but I'm playing it again. I still think it's kind of funny and doesn't make much sense about the desert. If you take off all your clothes, you should be able to run around just the same as if you were wearing the Gerudo armor. At least temperature-wise. You would have no armor. Is the main thing there. But it'd be funny. You could run around pretty much naked in there. And considering that game, people should totally comment on the fact that you're running around with no clothes on. What is wrong with you? Looks like what is this one? Wine red. Looks the same as the, what is that, ruby red? On top of the tomato red. Or at least really close. Akihiko is a lot closer to, like, fandom Zuko. By the way. Yeah, let's do the pumpkin. Get that shading in. Okay, down below. I ran out of things to talk about. I've been reading and rereading a lot of Atla fan fiction. And I will totally be eventually drawing chibis. It will be Season 3 Zuko when I draw the chibis. Am I done with this orange? I think I'm done with the orange. That's the wrong one. Vermilion goes there. That's the line red. I need the burgundy. Okay. One of my favorite concepts and fics I'm reading right now, which I'm admittedly a few chapters behind on. Well, behind on part 2. I believe the first part is called Spirit Sun, where Zuko's merged with the blue spirit. Zuko's very stab happy. Something goes wrong. I'm gonna go stab him. Zuko, no! Okay. Oh, I'm not done yet. No, I think I'm done with the burgundy. Which means I'm also done with that one. And let's end of that one. I'll just leave you unclipped for now. Not that one. The dark espresso brown goes here. Okay. Vanilla is the lightest, so that is a scar. I think a minor story about a scar is actually in the character background of on a Patreon too. This looks so yellow right now when I first put it on. It fades to a pretty decent skin tone, I believe. I think. I might change my mind once it's actually on him. It says little sample up in the corner. But I definitely have to give it a chance to dry because it changes. Go figure. And the same thing, like wet paint and dry paint don't necessarily look the same. Especially on certain things. Yeah, maybe that's a little too dark. But I don't think it's dark by much. It seems to be a fairly decent skin tone color. Okay. Apparently I had 2 people at some point. For how long is that bullet? Tell me. Not for long. And it wasn't that long ago. And I may have accidentally made him a little darker than I meant to, but oh well. It's really not by much, though. Whoop! Maybe a tiny bit darker, tiny bit yellower. But overall, the skin tone I chose on the computer and here are pretty close. It's probably as close as I'm going to get with these markers. Okay. I think we might be good. Where's my signature pens? No, there's an actual red in here. I have it flipped upside down. I lost my shoe! Come back! Shoe? Hi! Thank you! That's the wrong side. Thank you so much. Dootsy Cutie Patootie said that's a beautiful hut, so beautiful drawing. Thank you very much. Okay. There we go. Flip that around so I can actually see the color it is. That could be helpful. Same with that one. How many of these are upside down? Didn't realize I had some upside down. Oh my gosh! Like, this is gonna bother me until I get it fixed. I think. Okay, looks like it's fixed. Interesting. It's a cute name. Okay. I think I have everything done. So here's Akihiko. Let's see, live. I really wish this focused better. Oops, I can get rid of that background paper. Now that I'm done. I think that's approximately what you're gonna get. How about here? I'm trying to see what I'm doing. That's a little better. Not by much. I wish this auto-focused. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Sorry. Eventually I'm gonna have to get a camera that actually autofocuses. Has anything changed? Okay. I'm trying to keep an eye on both things. Okay. I think that's it. Oh. I'm Learning Fire. Here's Akihiko, all colored in. These are available eventually to be sold. If one that you've seen me post or anything is actually not on there, message me, whether on here or Facebook. I'm on several things. I'm more likely to actually respond on here or something. Respond on here. I don't know if you can message me directly through Square, which is what my main thing is. I know I'm alerted to any comments on YouTube, so it's probably the best way to get a hold of me. Okay. I think that's it for now. It's Akihiko, all colored in. I'm Learning Fire. And see ya!